All right, today is our last meeting on Microsoft Access topic, sorry, and we will finalize our discussion on statistical or aggregate functions as they are known in Microsoft Access. And we started already last time using aggregate functions, and we did some, but today I want that we will clarify everything about aggregate functions and calculated fields. So we need again our file, the Belmont database from the last time. So it's easy. You can just upload it. Oh, sorry, you can open it from your computer. And let me show you before we start. For example, last time when we use I will open a few. Okay. So in our last query, we found 98 unpaid invoices. But when we calculated fees, there were 91. Now they are 98. Why this happened? I found the reason, but I cannot explain why. So here I was showing you how totals work. But as a matter of fact, we did not use it in fees. Though when we run, oh, now they're not 91, they're 93. So it means that something when we use this, and because by default is group by, the program probably rearranged data somehow. I have no idea what happened, but when we remove, because we don't need it and we don't use it, the totals row from the design grid, and when I run, now they're 98, exactly as they are. And if we check also, as I told you, invoices and show only unpaid, they're 98 here. So this is the real number. That means don't add, don't put, let's say, don't enter anything, any parameters, any extra rows, columns, options, if you don't need them. By the way, Microsoft Access, I remember all the time when we were using Microsoft Access in PowerSchool PC Lab, always cause some issues. Most of the time on my computer make me really nervous. But anyways, be careful when doing this, and avoid any wrong or misunderstandings. Okay. And today we can start now the real discussion more about statistical functions or aggregate functions. And for this purpose, excuse me, we'll create few more queries. So we go to create and query design, and we will use, let's say we want to develop query that will show unpaid fees, fees for unpaid amounts by cities. First in total and then by cities. Okay, so we need to use a table that contains fees. This could be either fees for unpaid amounts, the simple, or the advanced formulas that we use with if then else function. Let's start, it doesn't matter, but let's use the fees for unpaid amounts, which is as a formula, and calculated field is easier, but I can't see it here to edit as a table. Well, it looks that I cannot see it because it's not in tables, it's in queries. And if I open queries here, I have seen and I can see fees for unpaid amounts. I just click twice and it is there and I can use it. All right. Now, the purpose of totals row is to provide extra options, extra functions, statistical functions, aggregate functions, to analyze most of the time one field from many different perspectives, from many dimensions, many statistics. That is, most of the time we enter one and the same field, and with the help of the totals row on the design grid, we select which function or statistics to compute. So let's open fee. Now it's just fees, and if we run the query, it will show all fees. We can enter here to verify their total, and the total will use count 98. That means it's correct. This is exactly how many we need. All right, and by the way, we can start, meaning in the design grid, now we can add totals and start using the first aggregate function to be exactly count. So when we run now the query, it will show, now be careful, we can't see all, but we see only the statistics. Well, why we cannot see? Because when we add the totals row in the design grid, the program shows only the calculated value. We want to see more. If we want to see more, we must use one field as a criteria for sorting or grouping. But one step at a time. Let's continue now. We want also to see the minimum and maximum values of the fees. So we enter 2 times fee field, and for the first one, in the row totals, from the menu we select minimum. For the second one, we select maximum. All right. We can run just to verify. That's good. Then we continue. We enter 1 more, 2 more times fee, and here we use for the first one, we'll use sum. For the second one, we'll use average. And when we run, we see, okay, this we will enlarge. Okay. Oh, maybe we can format it. Excuse me. Yes, we can go now here. And when we select and right click and open properties menu, here we can use format to be currency and select 2 decimal places, 2 digits after the decimal point. So now when we run the query, we'll have much better presented Though, look, the number is fine, but the title AVG of fee doesn't look well. Anyways, let's continue and we'll see here what exactly must be improved. The title. I mentioned in previous classes that there is in formatting or property sheet, there is one option that is known as caption. And here we can add different field name, which will not change the original field name, but just the display name. Okay, so if we enter here, average fee, and run the query, look, now it shows average fee. Oh, it means that in this way we can pre-format, reformat everything from the other field. Okay, we just select the field for the whole area. We give format what we need, let's say currency, decimal places, 2, and caption name, this is sum. So we'll call total fees. Right? When we run, we see now that the last two fields are they're displayed much better. We see total fees as currency, average fee also as currency with 2 decimal points, 2 digits after the decimal point. Okay, we continue. Then for the maximum, we'll use format, again, currency, 2 decimal points, 2 places after the decimal point, and caption, now this will be maximum, largest maximum fee. We continue then with the next one. Format, again, currency, decimal places, 2, and caption, this will be minimum, the smallest fee. Okay, when we run now, you can see, yes, we must adjust here and there the column width. Okay, and only the first one remains, count of fee. All right, we'll change it to, now we go to count, format. Format is just general number, no need of decimal places, and caption will be count, we can call it number of fees. Okay, now when we run, we will see all these calculated. Now, something that came to my mind, can we see these and also all the individual fees at the same time? I believe if we add fee again and leave it to be criteria for grouping, let's run and we'll see. It seems nope. Because now the program grouped them by their fee value. And that's why we see only 38. All right. So this didn't work. This experiment didn't work well. We'll erase this. Which field will show them? Item. Or amount. Amount maybe not, but item. Let's check. No, because there are many similar items. So this must be unique. Something that here is not presented. And we may need either to create such field or simply to show connected. Let's try one more time now with amount. But if fee is the same, then the amount will return also the same number. Yeah, so again 38. And if we want to see both the fee statistics and all fees at the same time, so we have to find a field that is unique, meaning a primary key, but primary key exists only in a data table, not in queries. That's why we must probably enter here a primary key. Where to find it? From tables, and here we have contract amounts. Contract amount, let's see, it's not directly connected, but if we use contract number and we run total, no, the program shows absolutely the same, though the number and even the number is not correct. Okay, so apparently this should be something that exists in the given table. If does not exist, then probably will be different as a task. But because I want to finish this before we continue, so I apologize. It will take a few more minutes. Let's close and save this query, and we'll call it fee statistics. Now I will open fees, and in fees, okay, I will enter also contract number. Let's run now. We have 98 contract number also presented, but wait a second, because it was artificial, we don't need it. Let's see if I uncheck it, then we'll not see it. Okay, but when I close it and save it, it will be still there. Now we'll open fee statistics again. This angle. Okay, unfortunately we can't see here. Not all right. So it seems that must be fees for unpaid must be displayed if we want to use it. Wait a second, it disappeared. Fees for unpaid amounts, so contract number. Probably I didn't save it. Save. And then fee statistics. Now contract number is available. Let's try again very quickly. Is paid contract number. Do not show it. And close and save. And fee statistics. Yeah, very strange. It seems that when we do not display contract number, the program erases the field. Very, very strange. It shouldn't be, because as we can see, this did not happen with paid invoices, yes or no. Okay, well, then we'll simply keep it and close it. And now when we open fee statistics, and now we add contract number, and we leave group by. But there, contracts, some invoices. Okay, got it. What I made wrong? We must use invoice number. We must use invoice number, not contract number, but invoice number, because this is the unique. Okay. And run invoice number 98, close, save. We open fees, design view, and now we add invoice number. Invoice number to be used to group by. Now there are 98. Each of them happens only one, but the rest, if we continue, and here we add minimum maximum, so here will be the count. This is the minimum is the same, maximum is the same, total fees, and finally average. All right, but then why do we need this? Because we can, oh yes, because if we use only fees, then we can have either their total sum or average or minimum maximum, and we can count, but we cannot see all other statistics. So we just made it in one query. We presented all fees and several statistics. I'll save this. File, save as, and we'll give it a name. Fees and statistics. Fees and statistics. Okay. So we have invoices, unpaid invoices, fees, their statistics. And let's open again fee statistics. Can you see the difference? When we use fee statistics, the program shows only the aggregate functions, the fees. And if we add total, it means nothing because it will show only one. But the idea why it took too long, but why we work so much on showing both the individual records and the statistics, because this is the idea if we want to organize and present the original data that we analyze. Let's say these are the fees and their statistics, only statistics, all values and their statistics. And the third option that we'll create right now is to group them. Okay, so how to group them? All right, let's open fee statistics here in design view and check what is appropriate group. Oh, last time we did it by company. All right, let's add company. And we run. And there are apparently 21 companies or groups of companies. And we can have here is the number. There is total of 98. Very good. Minimum of minimum we can also present. is the same, maximum of maximum is the same, total of totals, sum of totals, also the same, but don't calculate average fee. Why? I'll show you. Because the average out of many group averages is not the same as the total average. For example, let's save this file. Oops, sorry. Okay, so save as and save the object as, and we'll call it now statistics by company. We did something similar last time. Unpaid amount by companies. All right, it was different idea. Now here, when we run, we can see unpaid invoices by companies. All right, so this is the average fee. This is the total fee unpaid. Let's say how much the company town of Holland did not pay. It is $1,050. How many unpaid invoices from town of Holland? 4. So can you see? In this way, we can analyze the unpaid invoices and their fees for company by company. The group with no name, as I told you, probably are just people that have no company name, and their group they are presented in one group. All right, very good. We can now continue and open again fee statistics. All right, and now next goal, as I told you, is to show them by city. Meaning, in design view, we'll enter here city. It's a good idea to move it in front of all other fields to be the first one. When we run it, it shows again, let's see how many there are in total. 98, they are. Minimum of minimums is the same. Maximum of maximums is the same. Sum of sum is the same. How many average of averages is not the same, but here we can use count function. 12. What does it mean? It means there are 12 cities. Oh, we can immediately test this. If we open customer, and here we want to count how many cities do we have? How many cities? Okay, we cannot count directly because they're companies by cities. They are not presented. And for this purpose, we must create a query that will show and will count cities only. Okay, just will return to this, but very quickly, let's create such a query. And we select customer. And from customer, we select city, company. Okay, and totals. Okay, for city, we'll use to group by. And for company, we'll use company is a name. Company count, let's say. Okay, when we run and enter totals, we'll see here exactly. Oh, these are companies, not cities. We want to see the cities, we should edit here exactly 12, and these are the number of companies in cities. 25 in total for 12 cities. We can call it this. We just create it. Why not? Sorry, we'll save as, and we'll call it companies and cities. Okay. Because we here count how many cities and companies in each city, and in total how many companies but in all cities. Okay, let's return now to fee statistics that are grouped by cities. So first we'll save it, file, save as, and we'll save it fee statistics by city. Okay, fee statistics by city. And we'll open it. So here, as you can see, we presented again all statistics for fees. Their number, minimum, maximum, sum, average. We use captions. We use captions to display these fields in more understandable, better way. For city, we did not use, let's see, do we need for city caption? No, because this is city name, and I believe it looks good. Though we can, if necessary, we can change it. We can change the field property. But I believe now, number of fees, this must be. Okay, now we see all of them well presented, and I'll stop here and make a final comment. I believe if we continue, we can find many, many more different combinations of criteria and data to present in our queries and analyze them with their statistics. And because this is even more than enough to finish your homework, here is the homework. Let's again quickly analyze it. But as I told you, I will stop here because step number 1, define one-to-many relationship. We did it, not a problem. Step number 2, create a query that perform criteria or out of state or after June. We discuss and we study, we explore how to use criteria for time, for different then, so it's, and how to, where to position to make it criteria or, so that's fine. Number 3 was out of state and before June. And again, we explore it when we put them, both criteria the same row, it's and. So number 4, we create a new query with a calculated field loss. This calculated field is the difference between 90 rate and rental rate. Very good. And once we create the field, you must select only records when 90 rate is greater than rental rate. How? Well, just use in criteria greater than 0. That's it. 90 rate then is greater. If equals 0 or less than 0, then rental rate is greater. Then modify. How to modify? Open the properties, set format to currency, okay. Decimal places set to 2, and name, if you can change the name in the calculated fee or use a caption of loss, and we are done with step number 4. Then we open a new query and select table from query, not from tables. Select table loss, query table loss, and from query table loss, enter in design grid loss field. How many times? 1 for count, 2 for minimum, 3 for maximum, and 4 for sum. Count lowest highest, and total. So we need 4 times to enter the loss field, and when you run it, of course, you can then make better, you can use caption to give them better names, you can format it, not count, count is, don't use currency for count, but for lowest, highest, and total cost, use currency, 2 decimal places after the digit, and save it as loss statistics. Then open it again, as we just did it, and enter field country. Now be careful, because country exists in not only property, but I believe either in a reservation or guest table. So be careful. This country field must be from property table. Otherwise, you'll find different. If you don't trust me, you can test it. Once enter country, from property table, and once from the other table. I don't remember which exactly, but I remember that if you use not property, there are only couple of countries. Otherwise, you will find several. So be very careful how and where from you select country. Is it written here? Country of the property. Yes, yes, country of the property. It means it must be country, must be from the property. Okay, and then run it and save it as loss query by country. Finally, when you are ready, close and save all queries, and file, info, select compact and repair, and now we are really ready to exit and submit your file into Microsoft, into D12, excuse me, D12 folder. Again, MS in class. Today is the final day, but as I told you, I can see here submission by submission. Okay, they're not graded, so it doesn't matter. I believe Eric was attending every class, so we'll see here. Oh, Alisa is the first one. So can you see? It shows how many times Alisa submitted, even if there is a note, comment, very good. It explains what's happened and why something is missing, and time and everything. So what last time, I believe it was James asked that they will be presented late or something. Don't worry about this due date. As I told you, instructions which are presented here are important. Instructions that are under the name of the assignment. Here you see the due date is same day after the particular topic is done, meaning you submit every file in the end of the class. If you miss something, that's why I said 5 o'clock p.m. That is, you can have some extra time, work, and submit your file into Microsoft Access in-class folder. The homework, which is due after the long weekend, meaning Tuesday, May 26th, should be submitted into Microsoft Access Must Do It homework. Again, remember, this is Must Do It homework. And next week, we continue with Chapter 8. I'll stop recording now and we'll continue with questions and answers.